Hey there, teachers. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can link a Google form to a slide in case you make any changes. This particularly goes with a product that I made called the Haunted House Escape Room. That's my dog, sorry. For some cyber safety, which is great for all kids. So if you want the whole product ready to go, you can grab it, the link below in my TPT store. But let me kind of walk you through this. So here what I did is I created the graphics and I'm downloading it as an image file. And then I'm going to make a paired Google form that goes with this so kids can break out of it. So here, this one is going to be actually a GIF. And then I'm going to go into my drive and make just a blank slide so you guys can see that. I'm going to go ahead, clear out this template, and I'm going to change out the background to one that I just created. That has that animation. I'm sorry, that's my dog, and she's just like super excited that I'm talking. So she's going to be in the background. All right, you're going to go ahead and grab that animated GIF. I did a GIF, not on everyone, but just a few. Brownie, stop. And then I have an image of a key that I want the kids to break out to. I'm going to switch my layout to nothing, and then I'm actually going to add a shape. I like to do this shape because I kind of leave it solid until I link it, and then I move it to transparent back when it's all over. I'm also going to go ahead and add a Google form and kind of show you guys what that looks like blank. Here you go. And so ultimately, I want this key is going to, when students click on it, it's going to take them to the Google form, which they have to have the special code when they figure out the answer to the challenge to break out. Oftentimes, this is the part where people struggle with. So you want to give it a title. I've kind of already done this, so I'm just making this for you so you can see how to relink it. And here, this is where you would put that challenge question. The answer to this one is actually going to be oversharing. You're going to switch it to short paragraph answer, and then you're going to come over here where these three vertical dots are, and you're going to choose response validation. I know I talk fast, so please feel free to slow down the speed of this video or rewatch it again if you need to. You're going to switch to regular expression, and you want it to actually match since I want them to get the correct thing in order to break out. So I'm doing oversharing. And then I'm going to give them a custom error text. So if they're typing in the wrong thing, this will be the error message that they get. I'm going to say it's one word, no caps, whatever, something like that. You're going to make sure that it is required. Now, this is kind of all you need for the actual breakout part, but I added an element of adding a section. The section, once the kids type in the right answer, it leads them to the next breakout room. So you can do that, and then you can just select the text you want and add the hyperlink to whatever you want. That's kind of what I did for this one. Once it's all kind of organized, you can check with the preview link, but notice how it says the form is not accepting responses. You actually have to publish it before you can share the link. So you go over to the publish button, choose anyone with a link can actually view it, hit publish, and then you will get the responder link. This does not give you a teacher version. This gives you the student version. So you can copy that. You can try it in a new window, and then you can see that I have that one challenge question. If they don't type in the right thing, they will get the error message that we put in until they type in the right thing. One thing students tend to do is they like to put spaces after the word, and it won't work if they have a space after the word. So make sure to remind your students that they need to remove any spaces and things like that. Then you can take this responder view link that works great, and you can go back to your presentation. And then once you select the box or whatever you're using to link to, click the link icon and paste the link. Here, I've now applied the Google form that the kids have to actually type in the passwords to break out. Then I'm going to go over and I'm going to remove the color and turn it transparent and the border to turn it transparent. So now you can't see any of that. Now, you could, I guess, share this kind of a slide with your students, but I like to take it one step further and go ahead and publish this to the web. I don't know if it'll let me do it without a title name, so I'll give it sample. And then here you go to file, and it's actually the word share, and you're going to choose publish to the web. You're going to publish and then hit OK. What's going to happen now is it basically kind of turns it into, like, I don't want to say a website, but I don't know another way to say that. I'm just copying that link and pasting it into a new tab so you can see what it looks like. Here, there's none of the like editing abilities. It looks like it's a web page. The kids can read the challenge and then they can click to break out. And so here it takes them. I'm going to clear the form because I already had my answer in. So clear it. The students will have a blank copy and they will try to get those passwords, but it will not let them through until they get it correctly. Now, for my product, I made a teacher key with all the answers and all the links that you need. But if you change anything, like changing the background and you remake anything, you have to relink it. So this is to help you create that background image, publish that slide to the web, and then have that form where kids have to actually break out with a passcode. I know it's a lot of information, but rewatch as much as you need and check out this full product on my TPT store. The link is below. Bye, guys.